All right. Welcome in again to another reading. It has not stopped raining. It's stayed raining actually. A branch off of a tree in front of me actually fell off earlier as well. But I'm collecting that rainwater. I don't give a fuck if it's illegal or not. So you already know we're doing that. But yeah, welcome in. I love each and every one of you, truly. It's been a blast. Thank you all for the likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and hypes. Thank you all so much for all the support, truly. And as well, Dr. Malachi will be coming home. It will be free Dr. Malachi until he is home. So I'm going to continuously say that. And even when he is freed, I ain't going to be quitting talking about it. Even then, it's still going to go on and on and on. Listen, with that Master York, no one would know anything. We got to get that clear first. But the reading, Ace of Cups. I'll pray. I'm glad to see this. I'm glad to see this. I like to see. So before we jump into this, I know this is a thing. What the hell is up with upright and inverted cards, or upright and reverted, or however you want to say it, right? The proper terminology to use would be upright and inverted. But say what you will. People are confused. Sometimes people think that that an upright card just means good and the inverse means bad. Not always. When you get an inverse card, that means there's a problem at hand that needs solved, so it's good that you're getting a reading. That means that reading is needed there for a solution for that problem. When your card's upright, it's more of like, hey, this is what you need to be aware of, not because you're just in that element, but now you're actually facing it in the sense of not running away from the idea, or backtracking, or doing the opposite of whatever that card be upright. Certain cards you want inverted, trust me, okay? Certain cards, like, oh, thank God it's inverted. I don't want to be thinking this way. I don't want to be that way. It depends on the card, but in the general theme, inverted cards does not mean something bad. It just means, hey, here's the answer you're looking for. The card upright is, hey, this is the this is the circumstance at hand. I was gonna say problem or issue. This is the circumstance at hand. Ace of Cups. It's an ace. It's dealing with all water signs. Scorpio, Pisces. Why can I not remember anything? Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. Don't know why I could not remember. Don't know why I could not remember. Anyway, it's good. I like seeing it. Now with the Ace of Cups, I need to talk about this as well. This dove is the Ace of Wands. So, cool fact here. Cool little tidbit to connect the cards together so you know how to get your readings done. Ace of Cups upright means that the idea that you have received and are moving or beginning to entertain. Like earlier, an idea that you're getting ready to entertain is a good idea. And you're letting it nurture you. You're letting it wipe out all the old things, all the old ways of doing something, and you're allowing something new to come through. This is beautiful. Not only that, but it's talking about the quartering of self, or the dividing of self, the square within the circle, the element, the rules that the wand has for you to follow as a conjoined twin. That's an M, stands for mater, M-A-T-E-R, which is Latin for water. Also, you can think of Mother Mary in this sense. You are becoming that virgin. You are cleaning that dirty, that illness out, and creating life. And even when your cup runs over and spills over, it's able to create life. But it also represents a symbol. Awesome. Well, my phone's about to die, so I wanted to try and get this in fast. Well, that's cool. My phone didn't die. I have to find a way to splice these videos together now. Should be easy. I should be able to do it without any issue. But I left off at saying that the Ace of Cups is like the Ace of Wands in the sense with the dove, but also the M, the FIW, This W is two pillars and then you connecting. You can think of it as two people holding hands out and colliding together. You can see it as the pyramid in front of your two pillars, or however you wish to see this. But with this Ace of Cups, it is saying that you are cleansing out old ideas, and it's funny how it's raining as well. But it's that cleansing period where you are seeing how to nurture things in a new way. You are allowing your mistakes to nurture you in an optimistic way rather than being pessimistic and saying, oh, it's not going to work or this that. You're being optimistic with that idea. What the dove has is I call it a wafer. It looks like a wafer. It's, depends on what you want to call it, but it's really a circle that has been split into four. It is four halves, if you want to say it that way. It is one half of each, two halves of one whole, whatever, I don't know, however you want to say it. But that is your cycles. This is your reset. You can think of it in the terms of, I don't want to say that actually, no. What you could say, and I'm thinking here because I didn't want to say one thing, so I have to rewrite it. What you could say is this is your elemental, like this is like your elements. You're either in your element or you're not. Inverted would be you're in your your winter, your autumn, the winter energy, I guess you could say. This isn't exact. I'm just giving an example for people to click onto. It's your resting, it's your nurturing, but upright, it's like that. No, excuse me, that's inverted. Upright, it would be like your autumn and your winters, and inverted, it would be the springs and the summers. But instead of it being representative of what happens, that autumn and winters for that rest, and that summer and spring is you moving, but you being burnt out, dehydrated. That's what I was trying to get at. I don't know why it took me so long to say that, but it did. Moving on. But anyway, this is your chalice. This is your moment to take your magnum opus and cleanse it. Whether this is a second chance or a first chance, doesn't matter. If this is about love, you need something to renew that love. Look for something to renew that love. Maybe you have been renewing it. Maybe you have been getting these ideas. Maybe you've been nurturing the relationship differently. Maybe you need to nurture the relationship differently. There's something that you need to change about your cycle, about how things are split up between you two, or between you and yourself, however this is. If this is for business finance, I would say right now what you're doing is filling up what you need in a very optimistic and opportunistic way. So continue doing what you need to. If something doesn't fit the regimen, get rid of it. If something does fit the regimen, don't add it immediately, but see and investigate what it can do and how it can be prosperous. If this is a general reading, take time to know that right now you're feeling things very well. You're going over certain things, getting new feelings about some. Maybe some other feelings are a little bit deeper and need a little bit more thinking to get flushed out. But you're flushing out your old system in a very optimistic way. You're allowing yourself to really gain certain knowledge, certain wisdom from whatever you're facing, feelings-wise, whatever you've been feeling. With it being the cups, of course, the Ace of Cups. The Ace would go before the Queen. So in that sense, what you can think of this as the Ace is that invisible factor to the Queen. Before the Queen is present, the Cup is there, right? Or the Ace is there. I'll say that. Before the Queens are present, the Aces are going to be there. So this is like your physical to the spiritual, and that physical inside of it has that spiritual, which would be, in this sense, the cup being washed out. So what I'm trying to get at completely with all of this being said is, if you move right, whatever you're feeling, whatever you're working through, whatever feeling or emotional dilemma or circumstance you're in, will be washed away pure, be purified, be made whole again if you continue down this path of investigating these feelings. This doesn't mean that when it hits a hard point that you continuously bump hard, or when things get a little bit uncomfortable, you back up. Be sure to fluctuate, push your comfortability boundary, but also hold yourself back when you know that you need to have that rest. It's being in that balance. As well, if this is like financial stuff, this is like the idea. Keep nurturing that idea. It's the idea, that flame. Don't forget why you're doing it. Remember why you're doing the things that you're doing, and remember why. You could have multiple reasons for why. It doesn't matter. Don't let someone's opinion online screw you over. Skew. That's the word I'm trying to say. Don't make some person's opinions online skew your own vision. Do what you need to do for what you have output. If your idea is to make a bunch of money, go do that. You give a fuck what people are saying, go do what you want to do. If your purpose is to teach and to entertain, go do that. Go teach and go entertain. Stick with your purpose. Don't forget it. Don't switch it up because how everyone else is doing it. Do what you need to do for what you're creating. That's all this is really saying, because it's up to you to come in contact with you. You, green light, come in contact with you, white light, to meet in the middle and to go and to move out from that point of reference, to move forward, to move from that center point that knows is what it would be, that knows in the now, moving forward in that. I would also say with the Ace of Cups, be very aware of how you are moving through the feelings. Maybe you need to work more with water, being around water, water spirits, whatever. I feel like that's needing to be said because we got a lot of rain coming through, which I have been wanting forever. I'm so glad it's finally raining. Oh my god. No, but anyway, water is the theme. Water. Whatever container you're in might need washed out. So if you are in a stuck business or a stuck program and it works for you, but it feels tiresome, run through that stuff. See what needs to be added. See what can be took out. See what you need to take the shape of to be where you need to be. Your water, your liquid. Take shape of the things that are around you, your circumstances. Don't define yourself with it, but take shape to remain comfortable. Take shape in the sense of surrender. Take that shape in the sense of this is who I'm going to be next. Though it's not defining who I am, it's defining my next steps forward. It's defining how I'm going to be seen by others, or how others are going to want to see me, or how you are wanting to be seen. However this is for you, right? However it is, make sure that you're sticking forth and moving forward in that energy, in that mindset, in that feeling set, so you have the energy for that, all that ambition, all that fire that's backing you up while moving forward. This water and fire combo is not to be destructive of each other. It is to create stone. It is to create solidity, to create that sword, that ace of swords that you're going to next. That fire and water allows you to mold, allows you to make them mold, to pour more molten in, so you can have that physical, actual sword, moving through that swords, and then taking that sword wherever it needs to, using it on the physical, coming back with more ideas. I can do this with it. However, right, that's how we're moving. So keep that in mind as well while moving through this way. Not through this way, but through these things. Regardless, this has been the reading. Thank you all so much for being here for this. Again, thank you all so much for the support, the likes, comments, shares, subscribes, the hypes. It all truly means the world. I'm able to record videos now, at least, so we should be able to go live. I'll be testing that here soon. But regardless, I love each and every one of you. I really do. It has been truly wonderful. Free Dr. Malachi is the org. All of his books are in the description. If you need any of my services, books, readings, energy healings, whatever, ancestral connections, working with the angels, helping the spiritual courts, I do all that stuff, but I know what I'm doing in those regimens. Not many people have have those sort of backings or that type of knowledge. I just kind of pick it up and move with it. I'm being taught constantly back and forth with this stuff. If you need that, hit me up. I got you. And as well as if you need, if you feel like donating, the donation stuff's in the description. My Cash App, Chime, Venmo, PayPal. Regardless, though, everything's in the description that you would need. If you need to contact me, you can email me. I love you all so much. Indefinitely. There is no ends. But I will see you all later. Hadush Ashog Wadu.